Welcome back, y'all.
Welcome back to Neil RC, guys. Today, if you haven't noticed, we are working on still getting these vehicles done up for our weekly videos. And yes, this is my wife's Bigfoot bodied T Maxx turned into an E Maxx. It's pretty good for what it is. Now, don't go hesitating. I mean, it's got a few surprises under the hood. It's done quite well for her. I'll leave it at that. She is a Bigfoot body or a Bigfoot fan, so everything that's truck related, she goes immediately to Bigfoot bodies. It's got nothing to do with anything else, but this is a Traxxas framed vehicle, as via the T Maxx, E Maxx. You get the idea. This is probably what started a lot of their bigger Max trucks, is this platform, along with the Revo and whatnot. It got them thinking bigger is better, to some extent, I'm sure. Well, anyway, this one here has seen some better days. It has had some very bad scuffing and crashing and crinkles and everything else along the side of the road. This thing has gotten beat up in the past. There is no joke about that whatsoever. It has been on several different vehicles, several different bodies, several different frames, I should say. This vehicle has seen quite a few different lifelines along the way. This is one of hers that she wanted. She wanted the big tractor lugs because she thought she was going to be able to do this or do that, and because of the suspension, because of the gearing, because of all that other stuff, it just don't work out that way. So yeah, she uses this as her fun play toy. She stirs up the dust, kicks stones around, kicks up sand, breaks windows, stuff like that with this kind of rig. It's more of a bashing style, I will say that. Tires have held up pretty good so far with this. The rims have held up good. She does love playing with it when she does get it out. Now, what she does with it and how she runs it and plays with it, that's all on her. That's, like I said, this is the reason why it's her rig. I let her do what she wants, then we worry about fixing it later. This is one rig that she has torn apart and fixed because she had broke some things, and I told her, I says, don't do that, and she did it anyway. And I made her come in here, sit right at this very desk, and made her tear it all apart, told her what she had to take off, what she had to replace, just to replace it, and she did, all on her own. I gave her the parts, set them off to the side, and let her have at it. And lo and behold, bada boom, vehicle's fixed. So, yeah, this is my wife's E Maxx converted T Maxx truck. And, yeah, she has taken off the wheelie bar on this. That is no longer on. She's kept the rear bumper and the bracing just the way it is. I don't blame her. She needed to. This used to be a nitro vehicle at one time or another in its life. After we had gotten it, it made its changes. Electronics, as far as the receiver, is in here with a short antenna that has seen better days. By all means, it has seen a lot better days, and this thing has gotten bent and twisted and everything else. And yes, I am trying to straighten it right now as I speak on camera. Pretty good, huh? it needs to be brought back down and away from the outside of the vehicle. This is running a Boat Rocket 4-pole brushless motor, a 2250 kV 4074 motor. This is a really kick butt motor. Yes, this motor is supposed to be in a boat, and no, it is not in a boat. It is in a battleship. It is running that big 3.5 millimeter shaft motor, running some 32 pitch gears. I do not remember what pinion gear is on this, but we put it on there because we didn't want her knocking herself out, because it does have a lot of giddy up and get out of my way go. It is running a metal spur gear, and no, those gears are not running tight. That is because of the magnets in this motor. They are definitely either in or they're out of magnet pole. There is no in between. It will literally pinch your skin. If you put your skin between this and this gear, you will get pinched, and pinched hard. You aren't going to just pull your finger out of that, guys. You got to be careful with these motors when you're getting this big and this kind of power. They have magnets in here that literally go from point A of being locked to neutral to locked, and yeah, you'll hurt yourself quick. It does have an open spur gear, as you see here. There's lots of air movement through here to keep that metal cool. As you can hear that motor kicking over between link or magnet and non-magnet area. That's what that is. That is not because the teeth are too close or too loose. I've heard all that. We've gone through this, and I'll go through it again. That's the way this motor sits. It has kick. It mule kicks, okay? It is still running all the plastic drive line, front to rear, plastic gears in the gear transmission. I have not gone through any of them. I haven't gone through the front differential, the rear differential, or the center lower differential. Not gone through any of it. I haven't even had to look at it, but I won't. It's got the same shocks, same shock oil all the way around, 2 shocks per tire to give it some dampening, and it works good. I can't complain. Still running a cheap servo up here. I don't even know if there's even a name on this. I know, it's sad of me not to know. Nope, it is a 996R MG digital servo. That's what it says. Doesn't say anything about a manufacturer, whether it's a Servox, high tech, whatever. It doesn't say anything. It just says MG 996R digital servo. That's all it says. Nothing written on the side of the case. Nothing saying it's from anything. It could be a cheap old time Red Cat receiver, as far as I'm concerned, or servo. I don't know, from back in the day. It still works. Plenty of throw for this thing. I can't complain. Everything seems to be, bearings are starting to go out on it, on that side. A couple of bad landings is all it takes. Could be just a ball joint. I will look into that real quick when I get off of here. But yeah, there's nothing to it, y'all. Basic, keep it stupid, keep it simple, stupid. Yep, that's what this is. There is some still Phillips hardware on this, holding the the receiver in. Yep, there sure is. Like I said, plastic driveline still all there. Not upgraded it. Haven't had no need to. Plastic skid plates still there. Haven't needed to upgrade it. No need to. A-arms, front and rear. all still there. I've got some extras here. She busts one of these, she gets to replace it and put it up there and put it back on. We haven't ran out of them yet, so that's always a good thing. Her battery location is right here. She'll set her 3S battery in here, strap that around, and that's what holds her battery in. And yes, there is some old Velcro here on the bottom. I've got to get this up and replace it with some new Velcro, because this stuff is getting wore out from the vibration and the abuse. So that'll come up. I do have some more over here on the wall that I'll get into. I do not know. I think it's somewhere in the vicinity between 35 and 45 weight oil for the yeah, it's 35-40. The wheel's coming up on this side right here. So yeah, it's 35-40 weight oil in this right now. Works good on it. You got to remember, you got all your weight here and here. It holds it right about here. Does a lot of this front wheelie stuff, you know. You hit the brakes too hard and it will go end over end. Tires have lots of traction. This thing is made for open ground, sand places where you have tons of room to run. That's where this thing shines. Sandy beaches would be awesome with this. It'd be a thrower for sure. Put a couple sand jumps in it and watch it kick up. Yep, that's where this is good at. Is it good for running a track? No, not with this setup. I would not put this thing on a track. It has no business being on a track. It's not set up for track by any means. It sits too high. It's got too much of a top roll, and this thing will do a lot of this, which means you're losing grip on your surfaces. Not as much, but you do. Okay. Other than that, that's what it's doing. It does run the Mamba X Creighton, or not Creighton, Castle servo or receiver. Yeah, here I go. Get him out. ESC. It is capable of running a 6S LiPo off of this ESC, and yes, it will run it. I do not have a motor big enough at this present time to put on this that fits this motor mount, so that's why we're stuck with this, running this Mamba X by Castle. That's about all there is to that. The wires are old on this motor. I'm waiting for this motor to kick up the dirt and die. It still hasn't died. So I'm letting her run it. And once this motor dies and dies out completely, I don't have no other choice but to find another motor with the same idea as this, even if it is another Spectrum. But I'm going to try and find another Castle motor to put in here that's about the same size and get that mounted, and also hook it up so that the controllability is there as far as the low down, going slow, getting up to speed is there. I do not have a shroud for this to cover the gears. I want to be able to see them, and if anything gets in here, I want to be able to see it come out. It's a locked spur gear. There is no more slipper clutch involved in this system. None whatsoever. What else is there to say? That's about it. Okay. As far as the tires, they're the old Traxxas tires, the V-tread tires, the plastic rims. They're the 5-spoke rims, the metal, aluminum looking metals, or they're plastic. 5-spoke rim from Traxxas from back in the day. Same A-arms, uppers and lowers that came with it. Same bumper mounts, same skid plates. Chassis is the same. All I did is retap and redo the transmission for that. That was it. Put an ESC on it and hooked it up to a motor. That first motor didn't work out. This is the only motor now that's been in it for more than a year, probably 2 years now, that's actually worked as long as it has. And that's only because she runs it on 3S and 4S capability. The ESC will handle it quite easily. This thing does giddy up and go somewhere in the ballpark around 50 miles an hour or so, which isn't bad for a vehicle this size. It starts doing a lot of deformation of the foams in the tires if you go any faster than that with this. So there's that. I like the height. She does good running it. She does good driving it. She has fun doing it. And that's all what this hobby's about, is getting out and having fun. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. That's the way I look at it. So anyway, that's my wife's E Maxx video. Not much to it. I'm sorry I don't get a chance to run some of these sometimes. A lot of these are my wife's vehicles. She's the one that runs them. So therefore, she's the one that gets a chance to run it. I don't get a chance to see her run it sometimes. I'm hoping one of these days she will get out here and run the vehicle so I can get some running footage of her running the vehicle. That way, she can go ahead and get on video and get some of these videos done also for the channel. Right now, she's off to her mother's again this weekend. So here we go. You know, dealing with just me at the house, doing videos, creating content for you lovely viewers. And thank you for stopping by and hanging out with Neela RC. Nice transition there. Please, by all means, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching these videos and you've seen 2 or 3 now, 4 or 5 now, by all means, hit that subscribe button. If it's the first one you've seen, hit that subscribe button before anybody else does. Because I'll tell you, it only helps you out with keeping up with the content coming up on this channel. This channel is going to have tons of RC content coming this year. It is going to have a lot of running videos once we get done with the Sunday videos, and then every Wednesday I try to get a midweek video out of a little project, a little running. Sometimes it's on the course, sometimes it's out in the neighborhood, sometimes it's down in town, where we get out and we'll run a vehicle and put it through its paces, do a little drifting, do a little fast running, do a little track running come spring and summer. There's always stuff going to be happening here on the channel this next year, as much as I possibly can. I've got some free time that's coming up, and I am trying to do everything that I possibly can to get this started and get this going. I got to get this content up. I've got to get this channel up in views. I'm lacking. I need to be able to hit 1,000. I want to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. By January 1st, 2027, I want to have 1,000 subscribers on this channel. I am trying to do my best to keep the content coming, keep it RC related content. Okay, it's not about what happened with Joe Schmo over across the road. It's not about what's happening at Walmart. It's not happening about what's going on over here, over there. It is RC related with our group only. That's what this channel is all about. I cannot stress that enough. I did put up a video of our camper pod going up and the building of that, but that is only for our RC content, because that's what we're going to be staying in when we go to these places away from home, and we're going to be in that sleeping at night. So therefore it became RC content for our RC hobby. We're able to put our vehicles in it, we're able to sleep in it, we're able to have power in it, the whole 9 yards, all due to that piece of equipment that I did a video on. And yes, it is still here, still works great, still runs great, still watertight, no leaks. I ain't going to say no more about that, so we'll let it go with that. Thank you again for stopping by and checking out Neela RC. If you have any more questions, ask them down below. I will answer them. Please do not hesitate to give it a thumbs up and give it a like. Like I said, make sure you go in there, hit that notification bell to all notifications. That only helps my channel grow. It does not take but just a second out of your day. If you really want to take like a 5 seconds out of your day, leave me a quick comment. Nice video, nice description, nice everything, and we will get this thing rolling. Okay, more comments, more views makes the channel analytics go up. That's what we're after. So please, by all means, do me a favor, do me a solid, and there will be in the description down below links to what is still available for this, maybe, or this particular model. I do not know. Traxxas has eliminated doing a lot of their products now. You still may be able to get some parts, but that is going to be far and few between. Some of them do still qualify between one vehicle and another, but not all vehicles do that. Okay, you can't use this A-arm for this project or this model. You know, there's a give and take. That's why they're bringing up new vehicles, because they want to step away from the old stuff and move into something new and get rid of all that old stuff while there's new stuff coming in. There you go. I said my piece. Y'all have a good one. Thank you again for stopping by, Neil RC. We'll come back and see you again next week.